Hi, I'm Jenny from the plot, and this is my allotment. Welcome to my lady garden. So my job in London has finished now. I'm officially unemployed again. So normal YouTube service will be resumed. Now last time you might have seen Chris and I building this gorgeous planter. I absolutely love it. I mean, I'm so impressed that we managed to do it, and I definitely could not have done it alone. I have positioned it next to the bench and in front of that horrible pile of bags of couch grass roots that I'm rotting down, and will have to be there for a couple of years before I can use it as compost. So I've put the planter in front of those to kind of mask it a little bit, make it look a bit nicer. But I didn't get round to planting my freesia bulbs in the bottom tier. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm playing catch up. I've got loads of stuff to catch up with, and that's the first job. I have lined that trough with an old compost bag, and I've poked some holes in it for drainage because I think that will help preserve the wood a little bit. So that's what I'm going to do. I know freesias like really good drainage, so I've bought some horticultural grit, and I'm going to mix that in with some compost so that it's got a really good free draining mix to grow in. So let's do that now. It's got to be quite a lot. I think about a third of the mix should be grit, so hopefully that's about a third of the planter. Let's get some compost. Right, so it's filled up with compost and grit. I'm going to lay out my freesia bulbs where I want them. They only have to go about 5 centimetres apart, so I think I'll be able to get all of them. There's 14. I'll be able to get all of them in that trough, and then I'll pop them in with my Danny dibber. And actually I'm going to hang on to these little organza bags because they're really good for protecting your strawberries. There we go. I just need to dip them in and they go pointy end up. I have to keep reminding myself these things. That's finally done. And if you have any further ideas about what I can plant in the next 2 tiers of my planter, let me know. At last, it is time to plant my first spuds of the year. They've been chitting like mad in my spare room. I mean, they're quite magnificent. And I'm going to plant them in bags today, as I did last year, because it saves space on my very tiny plot. So I've brought my potato bags. I've got 5 of the Anya, those are the ones in the yellow box, and I've got 10 of the Rocket, which I've never grown before. Apparently they're quite prolific. But I'm gonna have to split them between 2 bags, so there's gonna have to be 5 seed potatoes in each bag. Will that be too many seed potatoes per bag? Right, what do I need? I need bag. I need compost. Last time when I planted my early potatoes, I filled the potato bag a third full with compost, put 3 seed potatoes spaced out on that layer, filled it another third full and then put another 2 and then filled it to the top and strulched it. It worked really well. That's what I'm going to do again. Right, so my Anya potatoes are going to go in the black bag, so I know which is which, and my 2 lots of rocket are going to go in the green plastic bag. Let's start with the Anya potatoes. Chits up! There we go. So I filled it kind of to the top, leaving room for a good layer of my favourite, strulch. So the strulch I love because it keeps the moisture in, and when you're growing in these, especially in these fabric bags, they tend to dry out quite quickly if you don't mulch them with something. Oh, I love strulch. Oh, it smells so good. Now for my final job today, I'm going to be sowing something, well, that I think is a bit unusual. I heard about this vegetable from my friend Guy, who sent me a video about different ancient vegetables that people don't grow anymore. And one of them is called skirret. Now, I know you are all experienced and experimental gardeners out there. I'm sure some of you have grown it. If you have, please, any hints, tips, advice would be most welcome. So skirret is a root vegetable, supposed to taste similar to carrots or parsnips, but much sweeter. It's also known as sugar root, and they ate it a lot in the Tudor times. It's just mad. And it grows, when it grows, it looks like a sort of white octopus. That's what the roots look like. And it's perennial. So what you do is you dig it up, harvest the roots you want, and then you replant the plant and it carries on growing. I mean, it sounds fascinating. So I'm going to try it. And I've got a hold of some seeds. I hope they're genuine. I mean, really, who knows? Things you buy on the internet and all that. White skirret plant seeds. Now, I've done a little bit of Googling. There's not a vast amount of information out there, obviously, because not many people, it's not a common vegetable to grow. And I'm going to try some different methods of germinating it, because apparently it takes a long time to germinate and it can be quite tricky. So the first method is just to try and germinate it inside on my warm windowsill. The seeds are very small. I don't know if they need light to germinate, but I'm only going to cover them very thinly, just in case. So I've got a pot. I'm going to do a pot of compost. This compost is actually already quite moist. What they look like. There we go. I am going to hang on to some, I think, just because I don't want to have all my eggs in one basket, as it were. So I'm going to hang on to those ones. I'm going to sprinkle these ones just on the top. Just a very light bit of compost on top. Pat it down. I'm going to take these home, pop them on my windowsill and hope that it's warm enough to germinate them. The other method that I read about is the soak and stratify method. I've never tried this cold stratification before, but apparently that's what some seeds need. They need a period of cold before they germinate. And some sources online swear by this for skirret. So I've soaked my seeds. It's said to get rid of any that are floating, and I can't see any that are floating. They've all sunk to the bottom, which is a good sign, okay? So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop these seeds into this pot. Then I'm going to stick this pot in a plastic bag and stick it in my fridge for 10 days. Then I'm going to remove it from my fridge and put it somewhere warm, like a sunny windowsill. And that's supposed to speed up germination and just help the whole process along. So we'll see which pot wins. And I have hung on to a few seeds just in case neither of them win. But it'll be interesting to see what comes of it. Let's pop our seeds on. Ooh. I'm going to take my 2 pots home and see what happens. And I'll keep you posted. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye.